Yo, what's good, chat? Me in here. We should be in here at least. Alright, we live on Twitch. Alright, guys, today we're gonna be playing Splitgate 2. Can't wait to get hype. Yo, I actually have so much stuff to talk about today, chat. Yeah, we don't want the fam to hear for real. Would be so G with y'all. Hopefully we can get Butter back in here. Hopefully I can see Butter today. I want to see Butter. I want to see Butter. I want to see Butter.
Welcome to the Splitgate 2 open beta. We're so excited for you guys to see what we've been working on. Splitgate actually started off as a college dorm room project almost 10 years ago. And what you'll see today is the culmination of years and years of
I have never ever seen a game introed with an actual video like this.
Talented, and creative kids from all over the world.
Splitgate has always been community first, and we would not be here today without you, the community. Whether you're brand new or you've been with us for years, we appreciate you being here. We're very fortunate to be in this position, and we hope you guys have as much fun with the game as we had building it.
We made this game for you.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Now you got me out in the deep.
Fuck no. Frick no, no, no.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Let's go!
Welcome to Splitgate, Ace. I'm your coach. Think you have what it takes to make it in the SSL, the most popular sports league in the solar system? Well, let's find out with a few drills.
Oh my God, it has
First
a
up,
jetpack.
movement.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Nice move. Next up, portals. Let's see what you can do.
Portal. Destroy the enemy portal by placing your own. Oh, okay. Oh, so it's okay. Need to close portals.
You're a natural. Now, time to practice your combat. Portal up and then get the kill.
Really, bro. You gotta be like.
Splitgate's a team sport, so don't forget to communicate.
Yo, what's going on, bro?
Practice is almost over. Just one more move to try.
What's up, bro?
victorious.
Flawless work out there. A victory well earned.
We all know this team was fucking but not like it.
Team Deathmatch.
Well, we've already found the first issue with the game, everybody. You cannot be in your menu while loading into a match or you will crash. I repeat, you will crash.
Leader of the Republican Party, Donald J. Trump, failed to execute on eliminating Obamacare in his first 100 days.
Holy shit, guys. I think I want to make a YouTube video. Yo, what's good?
Bless you!
Hot zone.
What that?
5,
What is
4,
that?
3, 2, 1.
This is Stormbolt.
Mike.
Don't wait.
Oh, let's go!
Multiple teams are going
game's
to the
fun.
same objective.
This game real fun.
Ching. Pew pew.
Get to
Pew
the
pew
zone.
pew 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 pew. What does this do?
That was close. Zone
Wait, I can
contested.
see myself. Wait. Whoa. Hey.
Your opponent is going for a capture.
I'm trying to. Pew 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 pew.
Zone contested.
Hey, enemy! Ow.
Watch out, enemy is going for a capture.
Zone contested.
Your opponent is going for a capture. Heads up, airdrop on the way. Your teammate is going for a capture.
We're in this hole.
Stand strong.
We're in this hole.
Avenger. Heating up. Zone contested.
Oh, these have to be a lot of
Opponent is
AI,
going
bro.
for a
These guys
capture.
look so, yeah.
Zone contested.
Watch out, enemy is going for a capture.
Guardian Angel. Double kill.
Capture in progress. Hold your ground.
Heating up.
Heads up, airdrop on the way.
Double kill. Avenger. Zone contested.
Opponent is going for a capture. Opponent is going for a capture. They got a capture. Don't let them get another.
AI, bro. There's no way.
Double kill. Heating up. Zone is hot.
Airdrop incoming. Your opponent is going for a capture.
Zone contested. Double kill. On fire.
Opponent is going for a capture.
Zone contested.
Watch out, enemy is going for a capture. They got a capture. Score is tied.
Double kill. Triple kill. Double kill. Heating up. Zone active.
Your teammate is going for a capture.
Guardian Angel.
Opponent is going for a capture.
Double kill.
A teammate is going for a capture. Help them out.
Zone contested. On fire. Guardian Angel.
Your teammate is going for a capture. Capture in progress. Hold your ground.
Double kill. Zone contested.
Your teammate is attempting a capture.
Zone capture for the tie.
There we go, all tied up. Looking tough.
Zone active. Double kill.
You're capturing. Try to hold on.
Heating up. Zone contested.
Your opponent is going for a capture.
Zone contested.
Capture underway. Be alert. Teammate is going for a capture. Help them out. Watch out. Enemy is going for a capture. Next up, airdrop on the way.
Zone contested.
Your opponent is going for a capture.
Double kill. Heating up.
Started the capture. Good work.
Zone contested.
Your teammate is going for a capture.
Score. Zone captured.
Airdrop incoming.
Zone is hot.
You're capturing. Try to hold on.
Zone contested.
Opponent is going for a capture.
Zone contested.
Opponent is going for a capture. Your opponent is going for a capture.
Zone contested.
Opponent is going for a capture.
Zone lost. Double kill. Zone incoming. Payback. Double kill. Heating up. Zone active. Double kill.
Watch out, enemy is going for a capture.
Zone contested. Double kill. On fire.
Next up, airdrop on the way.
I was on there, but
Your teammate is going for a capture.
Zone contested.
Your teammate is attempting a capture. Your teammate is going for a cap. Might need an assist.
You win.
Absolute clinic. Hope they took notes.
this shit's called 24-player onslaught.
Domination. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's bring home the victory. Heads up. Multiple teams are going for the same objectives. Opponent is taking lead.
B secured.
We're scoring in 2 zones. We just pulled ahead. Don't stop now.
B lost.
Enemy is scoring in 2 zones. Falling behind us. Turn this around. We're taking it. Opponent is taking the lead. We're taking C. Heads up, airdrop on the way. We're scoring on 1 zone. Opponent is taking B.
C secured.
We're scoring in 2 zones. Enemy is scoring in 1 zone. Opponent is taking C. We're taking B.
C lost.
We're taking B. Enemy is scoring in 2 zones.
Double kill.
We're taking B. We're taking B.
Guardian Angel.
Opponent is taking the lead. Heads up, airdrop on the way.
Heating up.
We've got 2 zones.
Double kill.
They're in the lead. Let's get it back. Opponent is taking A. Enemy scoring in 2 zones.
B lost.
We're taking C. Enemy is scoring in 2 zones. We're taking B. We're taking B. We're scoring on 1 zone. We're taking A. Opponent is taking
this
B.
game is so like
Airdrop incoming. We're taking A. Opponent is taking B. Enemy is scoring in 2 zones. We're taking A. We're taking B. We're taking B. We're scoring in 2 zones.
so lucky, man.
Double kill.
Opponent is taking A. Opponent is taking A.
A lost.
Enemy scoring in 2 zones. Heads up, airdrop on the way. We're taking D. We're taking A.
Avenger. D secure.
We've got 2 zones. We're taking A. Opponent is taking D. We're taking A. We're scoring in 3 zones. Opponent is taking D. We pulled into the lead.
Heating up.
We've got 3 zones.
Double kill.
Opponent is taking A. Heads up, airdrop on the way.
No way you killed me, guys.
Opponent is taking B.
A lost.
Opponent is taking B. Opponent just got a zone. We're taking A. Opponent is taking C. We're taking D. Opponent is taking C.
C lost.
Enemy is scoring in 1 zone. Just got a zone.
Guardian Angel.
Enemy is scoring in 2 zones. We're approaching the score limit. Let's finish strong. Aircraft incoming.
Dang it, dude.
Opponent is taking
That's
A.
fine. We're gonna win still.
C secure. A lost. You win.
Great win. All that practice is paying off.
Hopefully we can actually get a following on TikTok. Like, I'm actually trying to make this big one day. And look, I just finished my stream. I don't really know what to say. I am new to this. I have been posting YouTube videos for quite a while. You can go ahead and go to my YouTube as well. I post on YouTube.
You're scared. You're scared. You don't want to be one.
Domination.
My other clips are
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Time to go out there and show what you got. Smash it. Heads up. Multiple teams going for the same objectives. Opponent is taking B. Enemy is scoring in 2 zones. They're in the lead. Let's get it back.
I'm going straight for D.
Opponent is taking A.
A lost.
Opponent just got a zone. We're taking B. Enemy is scoring in 3 zones.
D secured.
We're scoring on one zone.
B secured.
We're scoring in two zones. Opponent is taking B.
B lost.
Enemy is scoring in two zones. We're taking B.
D lost.
Opponent is taking D. Opponent is taking B. Opponent is taking B.
D secured.
We're scoring on one zone. Opponent just got a zone. Enemy is scoring in two zones.
Like, why can't he just have a hug?
Opponent is taking D.
D lost.
We're taking C. Enemy is scoring in three zones. Enemy is scoring in one zone. We're taking B.
C secured.
We just got a zone. Opponent is taking C. We've got two zones. Opponent is taking B.
Payback.
Opponent is taking C.
C lost.
Taking B.
Heating up.
Enemy is scoring in two zones.
Double kill.
We've fallen behind. Let's turn this around. Opponent is taking B.
Avenger.
We're taking C. Opponent is taking B.
On fire. C secured.
We're scoring in two zones.
Literally can't hear you. Your mic is too low. Is my mic too low? Or am I far away from my mic?
Opponent is taking B.
It's one of the two.
B lost.
Enemy is scoring in two zones.
Double kill.
We're taking A. Enemy is scoring in two zones.
That was close.
We're taking A. We're taking B.
A secured.
We've got two zones.
Come on, bro.
We're taking B.
A lost.
Enemy is scoring in two zones. We're taking it.
Dude, I'm licking my lips so bad.
Opponent is taking B.
That should be a little better.
B secured.
We're scoring in two zones. Opponent is taking B.
B locked.
Enemy is scoring in 2 zones. We're taking A. They're close to the scoring limit. We have to stop them.
A secured.
We've got 2 zones. Just taking B.
Payback. Defeated.
Not our best work. We'll call that one a learning experience, eh?
Wednesday, Thursday, the burp short on your channel is so funny. Yo, bro, thank you, dude. That's crazy. You're from that short, bro. I thought it was. Should I burp more? Should I burp more? Should I make burping my thing? I don't know. I don't know if I want to be known as Burp Boy. I don't know. You know, like I could just burp like crazy.
Time for Hot Zone. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, you got it.
Let's go
Be
ahead.
alert. Multiple teams are going for the same objective.
Dang. Wait, is this objective? Oh shit! Oh yeah.
Zone is hot.
Your teammate's going for a kill. Might need an assist.
I know we're gonna get that. Can you burp on command? That is crazy. Yeah, I could burp on command. You know.
Score. Zone captured.
We gotta capture.
Come on, come on, come on.
We'll get cocky.
Come on. Oh!
Drop incoming.
I don't like that. Wait for a second. Wait for a second.
Zone is hot.
Watch out, enemy is going for a capture. Your teammate is going for a cap. Might need an assist.
high, so bad.
Opponent is
Thank
going
you.
for a
Yeah,
capture.
it's a talent of mine. Come on, bro.
Zone contested.
Capture in progress.
Yeah,
Hold your ground.
This gun's so bad. I'm not using this gun.
Airdrop incoming. Watch out. Enemy is going for a capture.
Zone contested.
Your opponent is going for a capture.
Avenger.
Dude, what's wrong with me?
Your opponent is going for a capture.
Zone contested.
Teammate is attempting to capture.
Yo, I'm butt right now.
Watch out. Enemy is going for a capture.
That is a cool talent. I wish I could do that. Dude, I'm gonna be real.
Airdrop
It's very
incoming.
easy. I don't know how to explain it.
Opponent is going for a
You
capture.
kind of just force it out. Like,
Zone contested.
there's nothing to force it. I'm not even locked in right now.
Your opponent is going for a capture.
I'm not locked in.
Zone contested.
You started the capture. Good work. They just tied it up. Don't let them get the next zone. Airdrop incoming.
Yeah, I gotta make my sense a little bit more better. Let's do.
Zone is active.
Your teammate is going for a cap. Might need an assist.
Double kill.
Your opponent is going for a capture.
We are so bad.
Capture in progress. Hold your ground. Airdrop incoming.
Green.
Zone captured. Guardian Angel. Zone incoming. Double kill. Heating up. Get to the zone.
Opponent is going for a capture. Oh, teammate is attempting a capture. Heads up, airdrop on the way. Your teammate is going for a cap. Might need an assist. Watch out, enemy is going for a capture.
Zone contested.
Capture underway. Be alert.
Victorious.
Bro, think you could just hit me like that? Like, I just win. I just win. That's all I do.
Time to celebrate!
Let's make the money. Let's go. Take a nap then. Have a good night. Have a good little nap. I gotta watch you stream. Shut up, I gotta watch you stream. Yeah, but like... yeah, you're right. I mean, my stream is pretty important. I'm gonna be real with you.
All I got was Epic Online.
I'm actually so bored. There's no fun games to play. Not a damn one, bro.
You support.
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet. He decided to open up this sandwich box that he forgot about 6 months ago.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Patrz, patrz.
Dude, I feel that.
Right, high beam him. High beam him. Look your high beams. A bunch. Honk at him. Benny. Right. Now get up next. Oh my god. Oh my god, his wheel came off. Holy. Oh my god.
There's a good reason for why you should have water in your pool.
That's crazy.
The scientists made an experiment to show how a basic jet engine works by using a glass jar and alcohol. This poor little chimp didn't like what he saw.
The fuck? How does that even work?
This is what firefighting training looks like. In this exercise, they need to be blindfolded and try to turn out the water. You guys liked the one from the last episode, so here's another behind-the-scenes look of how a horror film is made. This French guy doesn't know how to pronounce banana properly. For some reason, his baby is always sleeping with their arms up. Of all the things that could possibly go wrong, I didn't expect this. This hailstorm was so intense that it started coming through his roof and into his ceiling.
Well, there went that. Got ice in the house, Sam. You just flushed that out.
This is what it sounds like when a shark is coughing underwater.
Chat, I think my teeth are shredding further and further apart ever since I don't have braces no more. I'm actually kind of like... I hate braces, bro. Braces are like such a scam. I swear, bro. My mom paid like 10 grand for me to get braces, bro. And... my teeth are just fucked again.
It was her first time in a self-driving car, and she got scared.
But they're willing to do and down this.
It's okay, Margaret. I think Jared is trying to get you.
So, this is a really smart idea. I guess they make Mona Lisa-themed cat beds now.
Not a scam, you're just slow. I shouldn't have to wear a retainer for the rest of my life. I don't care. That just sounds like a scam.
This poor guy had no way of slowing
That's a
down.
fucking scam, bro. It really is.
I just found out that male pigeons like to give flowers to their wives.
He does this every time he gets dandelions. And he runs back in with the flower. He gives it to his wife.
That's a pigeon? What? That was a freaking chicken, bro. I've never seen it in all realness. That's your genetics fault. Damn.
These are called the Ringing Rocks of Montana, and they're strange because they really shouldn't sound like this. These kids are waiting for the firefighters to show up to put out this fire. Her daughter was busy and didn't want to be bothered.
Okay.
This truck that was carrying watermelons got into a crash, so everybody pulled over to steal some melons. For some reason, all these fish were spotted jumping out of the water. These people were out on their paramotor when a group of geese decided to join them. These building workers got caught in a windstorm.
I have to pee, be right back. Have fun.
So, why does he look like this? That is the end of this video. Hopefully I made your day just a little better. And I will see you guys again very, very soon. Later.
This has been the slowest week ever.
Let's dive into the breaking news. So, yesterday, Elon Musk, the world's richest man, someone who I have gotten to know and I still get along with, tweeted the tweet heard around the world. Now, it was seen over 100 million times on X. Now, to be fair, we sent out a tweet the other day that was seen about 40 million times. So, it's not bad, but we also don't own the platform. Elon Musk sends out this tweet, and I want to analyze this, and I want to make sure that we are understanding Elon's perspective correctly. The media is completely unhelpful here, and I think I can offer some unique insight, having being a proponent of the Big Beautiful Bill, having be someone who is friendly with Elon and thinks that Elon has really delivered a civilizational blessing to us by liberating X and helping President Trump get elected. I think I'm in a unique spot to actually explain this. Let me go through his tweet. Quote, "I'm sorry, but I just can't stand it anymore." Can we get the tape of Network, by the way? I'm mad as hell and I'm not taking it anymore. Do you guys know what clip I'm talking about? Where the guy goes out the window and just starts screaming from the movie Network. Anyway, that's Elon yesterday, if we get that tape. This massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination. Shame on those who voted for it. You know you did wrong. You know it. Okay. So I wouldn't use that language at all, but let me try to interpret what Elon is saying here in less provocative and hyperbolic language. I wouldn't use words like shame, or outrageous, or pork-filled, because understand what this bill is first and foremost. It is a reconciliation bill. It is not a budget bill. It is a reconciliation bill, which means you have to reconcile two different budgetary years together, combine them, and you can add some spending and cut some spending, but it must pass what is called the Byrd Rule in the Senate, and it must be budgetary related. Now, what is Elon getting at here is something that I think that is important, though. And we have Senator Ron Johnson that will be joining us in the segment after this, who I think is articulating a lot of these views. I don't necessarily share them to the same extent, because I am still a big proponent of this bill, largely because of the immigration wins and because of the no tax on tips and the tax cut stuff. But we are fiscal hawks on this show. We believe that if we do not balance our budget, we are careening towards a fiscal apocalypse. Overnight, Elon also tweeted this. He said, quote, "Interest payments already consume 25% of all government revenue." Now, as a pause and as a side note, I literally got my start as an advocate and as an activist back in 2011 and 2012 when I was in high school in the suburbs of Chicago talking about the ballooning national debt. If we as conservatives are serious, we must be fiscal hawks. It is generational theft. It is the slavery of the free. It is by far one of the greatest, if not the greatest, national security threats. We should go back to baseline budgeting. We should go back to zero-based budgeting. We have been saying this for the last 13 years. When I started Turning Point USA, the national debt was hovering around $8 to $9 trillion. When I first started debt advocacy in sophomore, junior high school, and then when I graduated high school, I think it was around $13 trillion. I'm approximating these numbers.
I'm so hungry, chat. I'm gonna go get some food real quick. Chad, I am going to have to wait to eat, unfortunately. There is currently no food in the household. Ooh-ah.
A nearly triple increase of our national debt. Now, our response to COVID didn't help, and it was completely unnecessary. One of the reasons why is because we started to engage in a decades-long cheap money cycle. No one wanted to cut spending. The stock market keep coming up. We keep on inflating our currency and deteriorating our purchasing power. Nobody wanted to have the tough conversation about cutting spending. So from Elon's perspective, again, his language is what his language is. He'll have to defend this. Is that Elon got into this political game for a couple reasons. One of which is he is intensely focused on balancing the budget. You cannot get him off of this topic. When I've talked to him privately, when I've had dinner with him, when I've had lunch with him, when we text, the number one concern that Elon Musk has is we are going to be a nation in bankruptcy if we do not have severe and dramatic cuts. And one thing Elon must also simultaneously understand, and I would tell him if he was sitting right here, is unfortunately we have a bunch of moderate Republicans, the House of Representatives, and a 3-seat majority that have no stomach, no concern, they have no interest whatsoever in cutting spending. None. They do not want to cut spending at all. They'll do a little bit on the edges, but even getting them to do the appropriate Medicaid cuts or the SNAP stuff. So for example, the Big Beautiful Bill does cut about $1.5 trillion in spending over the next decade. So that's $150 billion a year. It proposes $600 billion in Medicaid cuts, about $290 billion in SNAP, which is food stamps. This is all over 10 years though.
Why does it say it's migrating?
$330 billion in student loans. But I'm gonna explain this even more and talk about the fiscal apocalypse that we are careening towards. And then I'm gonna talk about Stephen Miller's retort. I don't agree with the language that Elon put forward in his tweet, but I'm gonna explain because still a lot of people in our audience feel this way. A lot of people in the base are saying, why are we not cutting more spending? There's a lot of talk about what's happening in Israel right now. Hostages being released, terrorists resurfacing, Gaza plans, and so on. But there's one thing we tend to overlook. The people of Israel. The war has taken a huge physical and emotional toll on the Jewish people. And that's why I want you to know about the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews. And I want you to support the important work they do. IFCJ is on the ground throughout Israel, providing food and life-saving aid to the sick and elderly, even released hostages and their families. Join with me and visit ifcj.org/learn more. Live shot of Elon Musk last night on X, play cut 353.
Right now, then go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
Live shot of Elon Musk on X. Stephen Miller responds, and Stephen Miller, this is why I'm in support of the Big Beautiful Bill. And while I understand Elon's critique, and I even sympathize with his analysis, you must understand there's other things at play here. Stephen Miller responds, quote, the Big Beautiful Bill contains 3 major sections. 1, the most significant border security and deportation effort in history, including the entire wall up front. Now, with no possibility of Democrat obstruction, that's huge. Full extension and expansion of the Trump tax cuts. This is what CBO's scoring, not spending. Tax cuts, when we campaigned on and pledged. The largest welfare reform in history, cutting almost $2 trillion in spending. Item 1 alone, border security plus deportation, makes this the most important legislation for the conservative project in the history of the nation. Let me pause here too.
Austin, did you believe about Elon Musk?
What people are recognizing is we save billions, if not
Guys, I guess we're gonna pro versus anti Elon Musk.
He has found an enormous amount of waste, specifically fraud and abuse. And he did that by getting into the government and showing us how fraudulent he is.
Welcome to Middle Ground. I'm Ryan, your host. On this side, we have people who are pro-Musk, and on this side, people who are anti-Musk. The first prompt is, Elon Musk is a genius. Let's have the agreeers step forward. Welcome. Who'd like to go first?
Yeah, objectively, IQ. I think that's all I really need to say for my argument. I mean, whether you agree with what he's doing or not, objectively his IQ would state that he is a genius. I think that's argument done and dusted right there.
Yeah, the prompt of him being a genius, to me, we know that there are mad geniuses, there are evil geniuses, there are just neutral people. But Elon Musk, we're talking about the ability to receive information, act on information, juggle the amount of balls that he juggles. You could argue he doesn't always do it perfectly. But this isn't about his virtue or his character. This is about whether or not he has a higher intellect than the average person. He's a genius. He's just not necessarily the best of people.
Yeah, I think when we're analyzing intelligence, it's important to consider what that actually means. So can he analyze highly technical and highly theoretical questions? Yes, he has demonstrated that time and time again. When he interviews people for his company, he launches a litany of super highly technical questions at them, which he himself understands, and he's able to do that in many, many different industries. And he's able to innovate around regulations and processes that other people would otherwise feel constrained by. So I think in practice and in theory, he is a genius.
I mean, when you just look at the breadth, the amount of companies he's created, all successful, all in completely different areas, and the fact that maybe you could say Benjamin Franklin
really
is ahead, and Leonardo da Vinci is probably still up there, but I think he's in the top 5, and I felt he was going to be in the top 5 for a long time of most innovative, incredible people of all time. But you know, when you put that genius in the free market, this is what you get, and you get someone that is affecting the world in so many different, I mean, I can't remember just studying, like, wait, he did this company, I can't even remember all the companies that he's created, and he's constantly doing more, and he's not scary, but we'll get into that later. Why people think he's scary. I mean, again, you're in the free market. We're not in the government. He's in the free market, but anyway.
Got it. So you joined us after a little belatedly.
Yeah.
Say, what brought you over?
You had me at evil genius. That's where you got me. I think that he's an incredible marketer. He's done so much while doing so little. There is intelligence to what he's doing. If you look at his history, for me, it's not striking of something I would want to emulate, but you can't deny that he's been remarkably successful in ways that a lot of, really nobody else has.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What do you mean by he's done so little?
Most of his accomplishments he didn't do. Most of the things we credit him for, he didn't do. He didn't found PayPal. He sued to get his name on the letterhead.
That's not true.
He didn't find Tesla.
Musk founded X.com in 1999, not Twitter, which he merged with.
Found Tesla. He sued to get his name. Or excuse me, you're right. Actually, he didn't sue to get his name on the letterhead. It was part of his agreement. But he wasn't a founder in any of these places where he's been.
Yo, what's good, butter?
He's figured out a way to
Welcome.
Get the
Welcome to
general
the
American
stream.
public to think, oh my God, Elon Musk invented these things.
Let's go ahead and bring over the disagreeers.
So I'll start real quick. I heard somebody say above average intelligence, and something I'm not contending is that Elon might be a smarter guy. I don't know him personally.
Sure.
I've seen him speak on a lot of things, and he has a very high vocabulary, and he clearly knows a little bit about, obviously, the inner workings of his company. Now, where I'm seeing a lack of genius intellect, or intelligence, we might say, is when you torture a company who at the pinnacle of December was at the highest evaluation that it ever was, and now it's down 71%. This is unprecedented when we're looking at especially auto manufacturers. So if you take the losses of Tesla since December in 4 months, that is more than the entire entity of Toyota, of BMW, of Ferrari.
Bro, let's be real. Let's be real. The reason why the Tesla stocks are down is just because of where he's at in the government, bro. That has nothing to do with the way that he's running his business. That is purely the fact that he is in the government, and the way that he is being portrayed in the media is why people are hating him even more, and why the favorability of his stock is going down and down and down. At the end of the day, the stock market is all about how people feel about this said company. like, let's be real. Obviously, it has stuff to do with the logistics and the stats of the business, how good it is, and all that too. That obviously helps, but at the end of the day, like, you can't really control your stock, and that's like, come on.
And that's not a genius move.
What big moment has happened since December, though? Yeah, I guess that's my thing. Is like we've seen a big thing that's happened since December that could very much contribute to those drop in prices, i.e., him being very involved in the current president's administration. Yeah, I think, but I do agree. That's fair. I'm fair and analyze. I mean, you analyze that very well. True, it is unprecedented how big of a plummet. But I think
like this guy,
like,
he's about to.
That, and maybe you were getting to that. Maybe I cut you off. I apologize if I did.
Yeah. So I'll speak to that. I think that saying that his involvement in politics is a little bit of an easy answer. Fair. Definitely, that's ruined the reputation, especially with a majority of his consumer base. And when you are the head of a company, playing to who your customers are is an important part of delivering what they want. So yeah, the top 10 blue estates were all Tesla fiends. They love Tesla. True. And now you've alienated them.
Yeah, Butter, but I understand where you may be coming from.
Maybe he's just a genius at also tanking companies.
But
like he can build them up, and he can, nobody.
There is just no reason
is the only
to go into a government
valuations have plummeted. It's also
and
lack of foresight.
Just
so talking about someone who's a genius or has this high.
I don't know how to explain it, but he didn't go in there and help himself out and all that. Like he didn't. Like if you actually like. Look into like what Elon Musk is actually doing. He's actually benefiting the government a lot, and the media is portraying him like a bad guy. But you gotta you have to get your own opinion.
And then you don't deliver on any of those promises. Yeah, people are going to say that you're not the genius that you keep presenting yourself.
One of the ways that you lay that out is.
I mean, that's not necessarily true. There's different departments that do different investigating, and like the Federal Bureau of Investigations. For example, he did not cut that specific department, and some of the departments that he did cut were just like.
Stupidity,
like just useless things that really don't mean anything. Like at the end of the day, the Department of Education, yes, that sounds very important. But if you actually understand what has happened since the development of the government, of the Department of Education, you could actually like see, yo, low-key, this is not even worth it. Like ever since the Department of Education went up, there was literally a spike in how much colleges were costing. Like it has only went up since the Department of Education was introduced. He got rid of the departments that specifically were investigating his companies.
Just like every particularly bad. No, it's not. It's not.
We can. I mean, hey, we can search that up right now. Elon Musk get rid of departments that were investigating him. Were any departments that Elon Musk got rid of investigating him? And baby, you're mine. You know what? I honestly like. Here are all the agencies that I don't care. At the end of the day, if it wasn't like on the main page, like let's be real, that would be on the front page of media. Like it's not. But at the end of the day, I'll agree to disagree because I love you.
They're all down 40% from there.
I just want to real quick make like a 10-second.
If you want to, you can send me the link to that.
Everything you're speaking to is like great man theory of history. Is that history is told by the few biographies of a few great men. Elon is this revolutionary innovator, and you specifically talked about it with Benjamin Franklin and Leonardo da Vinci.
It was at the top?
Sure, these people
really?
have contributed to the.
About to go to my history. Can't go there. This one, several images that were investigated. Oh my goodness, you're so right. Page was. Yo, he actually took it down. Yo, this is sus. This is crazy. He actually took it down. Wait. Tesla for alleged breach. Dude. The case, one of the cases was in regards to alleged racial harassment and retaliation. I actually have seen the clip to this. I don't know. Wait. Yeah, whatever.
Those of how history has played out. But all of these innovations in these companies are because of the workers, because of the engineers, and because of the scientists who have developed these innovations. Elon is not writing the formulas that are going to get us to Mars. Elon is pocketing the money that's going to make those people be able to function.
Yeah, I mean, I just take issue with the word genius. Like, he's a risk taker. He has a very grandiose sense of self-importance, which sometimes can amount to good things if you have a lot of capital to work with. Like, with Tesla, sure, he helped them like vertically integrate their supply chains, and that was good for Tesla. So he's above average when it comes to like capital allocation, but part of being a genius should be knowing your limitations.
I can't help but notice in this conversation right now, on the one hand, when we were talking about being a founder of a company, there is a definition and then there's a connotation. Yeah. You all were very happy.
No, I agreed with him about the founder. No, I agreed with the founder.
But now that we're talking about,
I agree with the
not everyone did.
No cross-talk.
But now when we're talking about what it means to be a genius, and the definition of genius is also much more highly contested than the definition of what is a founder, whether your names are in the articles of incorporation, whether you were on the initial board of trustees, however large your company might have been, whether you had the initial idea, that's very separate than what it means to be a genius. Like, we can agree that maybe Elon Musk is very good at investing money. He's very good at finding engineers for his projects. We've seen that throughout all of his companies. There's no doubt about that he's smart, that he might have some intelligence. Although even throughout school, his grades were low, just like they were for a lot of other people. We would actually assign the title of genius to, infamously, Albert Einstein. But to say that he's somehow so far ahead of the curve, historical example, invention of the printing press. There were at least 3 or 4 or 5 people across Europe who were simultaneously working on it who had no idea that each other were doing it. Electric vehicles were in the Jetsons. It was not an initial original idea.
They were dead by the time
That's
Elon Musk
about
came
investing into Tesla. That is not about having the intellect and genius to design an electric engine.
He understood what was going to be valuable in an electric car. People looked at electric
Did he
cars
design the electric car?
like they were golf
Did he
carts.
design the electric car?
He designed
That's
a
yes.
lot of the aspects of Tesla. He absolutely did. He made it a luxury sports car.
The only patent that he holds for Tesla is the shape of the charging port. He owns no patents. He designed nothing but the charging port.
It doesn't matter. We
and
have
every year,
that does matter.
Hold on, real quick. Every year they have the same argument. Hey, let's make a self-driving car to be a taxi with no steering wheel. And he wants that, and everybody's like, that's impractical.
Are they not launching in Austin right now?
He says it. He's been saying that for 10 years.
They're literally launching right now.
They said that 10 years ago. We don't know if they're actually going to come through. The point is, objectively,
let's
Elon
be
Musk
real,
is great
guys.
at making
They're gonna come through.
a lot of money.
Hey,
it's only a matter of
before we go
time.
any further, we want to take a moment to say thanks so much to Straight Arrow News for powering the fact checks in this video. Straight Arrow News is on a mission to raise the bar on journalism in a time of media bias and mistrust. Straight Arrow News helps you quickly find trusted information you need to understand the news, allowing you to dive deep into the topics that matter to you and the world around you. Their work is trying to break the bias bubble, helping you understand how every side of the political spectrum is reporting on a story so you can get a full picture of the news. That's why we're so happy to be partnering with Straight Arrow News. They deliver the facts, unbiased, balanced, and designed to make sense of a complex
Butter, I
world,
want to see that.
giving you
Let me
the
see
clarity
that.
you deserve and
Please.
news you can trust. Go
Please
to
send it to me.
sn.com/middleground
Please send it to
or
me.
click the link in the description to check it out. By clicking that link, you're not just supporting this channel, you also take advantage of a better way to get the news. Welcome back to
Bless
Trustworthy
you.
Journalism.
Thank you.
Thanks again to Straight Arrow News
Thank
for
you.
partnering with us on this episode. Now, let's get into it.
The next prompt is, X, formerly Twitter, got worse under Musk. All right. These agreeers were so exciting. Invite
Honestly,
you over here already. So
I really
excited to
don't
talk.
think
Who's going to go first?
it did,
For me,
but-
the reason I came up is I think the reason it's worse now is it's now politicized as much as I want it to not be. It is a tool for, and even on my side as a conservative, I mean, it is a talking point for us as this is our freedom of speech here. I don't like that. It's not what social media is for. It's meant for us to connect and just get to know each other, learn more about each other. It's not meant to be this political tool. So I think where I do like who is running it now, and I agree with the ideas behind as to why he wanted to do it. And but I think for me, what ruined it is you can't talk about X or Twitter. It's even that thing where we have to say X and Twitter, all that. Like, you can't talk about it without it being more than just a social media thing. And I think that's what ruined the whole root of it. Like, that crumbled it for me. That's why I personally don't use it. I don't care who's behind it.
It's not just that, but like it's unusable. The amount of